The Blade of Lost Stars. Over the city of Kaeloria, the sky hung in a red no sun had ever painted. Smoke rose from the shattered temple towers, and the wind carried the metallic scent of cut moonlight, a smell known only to those who had once heard a ghost blade sing. Ren stood on the highest roof of the clock tower, his torn cloak snapping behind him like a black wing. In his right hand rested Kuroyami, the blade he had pulled from the wreckage of a fallen star 3 years ago. It was not made of steel. It was forged from something the scholars called frozen silence, a material that swallowed sound the moment it tasted blood. "So you made it this far," said a voice behind him. It belonged to Sarah, his former sister in Blade, now bearer of the sun blade Hikari. Her hair, once as black as his, now shimmered an unnatural gold, a mark of how deeply she had bound herself to the legacy of the Sky Wardens. "I had no other choice," Ren replied without turning. "The pact is collapsing. If we don't act, the Hollow Realm won't just devour Kaeloria. It will devour every world bound to it." Sarah stepped closer, her footsteps light as snow. "And you believe you can stop that? With a blade that takes more than it gives?" Ren finally turned. His eyes, once a warm brown, now carried a shimmer of stardust, a price Kuroyami demanded with every touch. "I believe no one else will try. You're here to stop me, aren't you?" "I'm here to bring you back." Sarah's voice trembled barely. "Before the blade swallows the last of you." The wind grew stronger. Below, in the streets of Kaeloria, the last residents fled the shadow beasts, crawling out of the rifts between worlds. Tall, gaunt creatures made of shredded mist and cold darkness. Their screams echoed through the alleys like breaking glass. "Then let's see which of us is right," said Ren, raising Kuroyami. The blade began to hum, a deep, almost inaudible tone that made the air itself vibrate. Sayaka drew Hikari from its sheath. The sun blade blazed with a light that pushed back the night's darkness for a moment, as if bracing against the inevitable. They leapt at the same instant. The first strikes met in the air with a sound that wasn't metal on metal, but the tearing of an invisible curtain. Sparks of pure starlight and black shadow sprayed in every direction, burning small holes into the roof tiles, melting the frost on the windows of the surrounding towers. Ren spun beneath Sayaka's next strike, letting Kuroyami trace a half circle that cut through the air itself. A silent rift opened for a single second, a glimpse into the hollow realm, black and endless, before it sealed shut again. "You're playing with powers you don't understand," Sayaka gasped, stepping back. "I understand enough," said Ren, "enough to know it's already too late to turn back." The shadow beasts below began to gather, as if they had sensed the clash of the two blades, as if the fight itself drew them like a beacon. Their numbers grew with every minute, and on the horizon, beyond the broken city walls, something larger began to take shape, something that made even Sayaka shudder. "Ren," she said quietly, "do you feel that too?" He nodded slowly. A silhouette rose from the rift between worlds, as tall as the clock tower itself, with eyes like dying stars, and a voice like the echo of 1,000 forgotten screams. "The Star Eater," Ren whispered. "It woke earlier than we thought." The story was far from over. It had only just begun.